Hi everyone, my name is Denise. My big problem I would like to focus on is creating inclusive and equitable classrooms within elementary public education in the United States. Despite numerous efforts, many students, particularly those from marginalized cultural, linguistic, and socioeconomic backgrounds, continue to face systemic barriers that hinder their full participation and success in the classroom. Using Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theory as a framework, we can see that this issue is not isolated. It is shaped by interactions within multiple systems. These include the microsystem of classroom dynamics, the mesosystem linking home and school environments, and even broader, the macrosystem forces such as cultural norms and public policy. For the purpose of this deep dive into constructivism, I'm choosing to focus on the microsystem, specifically the relationship between students and their teachers, because I believe it is here that meaningful pedagogical transformation can take root. Behaviorism emphasizes observable behaviors shaped through conditioning, positive reinforcement, punishment, and repetition. In classroom settings, this often manifests in systems of rewards and consequences. While such strategies can be effective for behavior management, they tend to overlook students' prior knowledge, lived experiences, and deeper cognitive engagement. As such, behaviorism may inadvertently reinforce inequities by promoting conformity over critical thinking. In contrast, constructivism centers the learner as an active participant in the learning process. Rooted in the work of Piaget, Wachowski, and Brunner, constructivist theory posits the knowledge is not passively received, but actively constructed through experience, dialogue, and reflection. It values culturally responsive pedagogy, differentiated instruction, and collaborative inquiry as mechanisms to support all learners, particularly those whose perspectives have historically been marginalized and dominant in educational systems. To illustrate how this might look in practice, imagine a constructivist learning environment in an elementary classroom. Rather than relying on rote memorization or standardized instruction, students engage in a community-based research project. They explore a topic relevant to their own lives, such as environmental justice, local history, or cultural identity, by interviewing family members, conducting field observations, and co-creating presentations or exhibits. The teacher functions not as a transmitter of knowledge, but as a facilitator who scaffolds learning experiences within each student's zone of proximal development, supporting them as they move from guided exploration to independent mastery. This type of learning environment fosters agency, cultural validation, and authentic engagement. It also aligns closely with the microsystem level of Bronfenbrenner's model, where direct interactions between students and educators can be intentionally structured to challenge dominant narratives and promote equity. My questions that still linger, that I'm hoping that maybe you can bring guidance on, is how might we support educators in implementing constructivist, culturally responsive practices when they are often constrained by time, testing mandates, and limited resources? I would appreciate any strategies or perspectives you may have on making this vision more feasible and sustainable. I also welcome any feedback on ways to further strengthen this approach, especially from those of you that have similar issues or looking at similar problems for your own big problem.